Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over rising signs and why it's the most crucial part of your astral chart. So the rising sign is the Eastern star when you're born. That's why astrologists will be asking you, what time are you born and where were you born? Because they need to know those exact coordinates to know what the Eastern star was and then what sign that is. Because when we know that, we know how your appearance is going to be. We know how your health will be, your immunity, and what sort of luck you'll have in any given year. This will also tell us a lot about what's going to make you rich, what's going to make you happy. So it's almost like a combination, if you look at it from a numerological perspective, of your expression number and your soul number. Meaning your soul number usually is where we're looking at what makes the person feel fulfilled, why people have a midlife crisis. And then the expression number is what I went over yesterday, where we talk about like skill sets and advantages and disadvantages and so forth. So when we have all of this as a conglomerate together, we know, okay, this is the type of person that this person needs to be. This is the archetype, and here's what's going to make them feel fulfilled. The rising sign, depending on what your sign is, will actually tell you how to get up in life. Meaning, like, if you're like a rising sign, Gemini, for instance, your main thing is going to be communication, writing, but it's going to have something to do with using your voice to make money. Of course, your money houses can give you like your 2nd, 6th, and 10th, can give you other advice about your career and what to do there more specifically. But the rising sign as a whole, if you do topics surrounding your rising sign, and then especially if you incorporate your numerology chart with your expression number, you'll know exactly what sort of career you're supposed to do, because I'm pretty sure 90% of the time they're identical. Meaning your rising sign, what it's telling you to do for a career will almost be the same as what your expression number is telling you to do. So you already have a glitch right there. Astrology is just literally just symbols, whereas numerology is just the numbers. So it's all the same stuff, guys. When you look at rising signs, I'll break down all 12 right now to a certain extent, like what you're supposed to do with each one. But just remember, there's going to be differences depending on, for one, what your money houses are saying, and then two, what your numerology chart is saying. Meaning it can tell you, yes, maybe go into this career, but then do it this way. So I'll give you a bit of an archetype for each rising sign, what they're supposed to be doing, but there's going to be differences based on your chart nonetheless. But this should still help you with a generalization. If you're an Aries rising, you definitely want to get into entrepreneurship, independent business, or anything to do with like fire or metal is going to work very well. For Taurus, beauty, cosmetics, anything to do with healing or real estate will work very well for you guys. When it comes to Gemini, fact-based communication, speculative marketing, stock market, those things you guys will do very well at, very quick. You guys have fast minds. Cancer, anything to do with one-on-one therapy, medicine, any sort of spiritual practices, occult medicine, all that stuff works very well for you guys. But you guys can also get into things like banking. Rising sign Cancers are very, very, extremely good with money. If you're a rising sign Cancer, just holler at me. I have to look at your chart, but you guys are very good with a lot of that stuff. Leo, performance-based for sure. Whether you're a singer, writer, I'm not writer, but like if you're a singer, actor, anything to do with presenting things to the public, you guys your career needs to be in the public eye, quite simply. When it comes to Libra, or actually not Libra, Virgo first. When it comes to Virgo people, if you're a rising sign Virgo, it has to do with data analysis. Meaning if you're a Virgo rising, a lot of what you're doing has to do with like focusing on minuscule details that other people wouldn't notice. So you can get into things like even day trading. Like I'm a Virgo rising, I do day trading. Anything to do with speculative marketing whatsoever, very similar to Gemini's. It's represented by Mercury as well. But you guys are very, very good for even scientists, researchers, journalists, things like that. When it comes to just looking at the details that other people would miss, if you can point that out in whatever it is you're doing, you'll make lots of money. That's long story short. Libra is very good. Saturn is definitely very good in Libra. So when I look at that, it's a very disciplinarian job will be very good for you guys. When Libra is in the equation, it's very similar to Taurus as well. Beauty, cosmetics can come into play. Independent business can definitely come into play. It's a very good cardinal energy to start new businesses, start entrepreneurship, all of these things. But Libra mainly is good for like counseling, arbitration, and law. Scorpio is a job where, not a job, but a rising sign where they can get jobs that have a lot to do with the dark sides of life. So what that means, if you're a Scorpio rising, you can look at things from a sense of, how do I put this? You can do the jobs other people don't want to do. So a lot of Scorpio rising people can do jobs like 911 dispatch, forensic scientists, people that like go over like the murder scenes, things like that. People that go into the sewage system, people that own junkyards. Anything to do with like high risk but high reward. Even like some of the best gamblers are going to be Scorpio rising. So it's to do with like the dark sides of life, cryptocurrency. All of these things are going to work very well for you guys, but understand that your business should be almost like tabooish to a certain extent. So if you're scared of looking like a taboo sort of person, like you're scared of being the black sheep in your family, don't worry about that. You're meant to be, but you're meant to make a lot of money by doing that. So like that's the thing is, even a lot of Scorpio rising, I'll be real with you guys, could be extreme criminals as well, right? Pimps, drug dealers, etc. I'm not saying to do that, definitely not. But Scorpio rising people, I have to admit, they make a lot of money in the dark arts of sorts. That's the thing. Sagittarius is very obvious. A lot of people know journalism, teaching for Sagittarius rising is very good. Professors, anything to do with like teaching people something or getting an idea across, that can even extend to social media, it'll work very well. So that's the thing. When we have Capricorn, Capricorn is good for step-by-step process. Corporate jobs are very good. Tech, engineering, electricity, things like that. People don't even realize why. That's a secret glitch. Hit me up and I'll let you know why. But trust me, those things work very well for you if you're a Capricorn. When it comes to Aquarius, Aquarius is the best innovators, the pioneers in things for sure. There's countless examples of Aquarius rising people that just invent out of the world things. Architecture, very good for Aquarius rising as well. But just think, if you're an Aquarius, what can I bring to a certain niche that hasn't been done before? Because you guys are like the 11th sign, so you're meant to have a worldwide influence by bringing forth something new. So more often than not, you guys invent something, or you don't reinvent the wheel, but you just remake it in a sort of way. You guys are very good for bringing in new things or new concepts. That can extend to a different type of education. You guys can make very good professors as well, inventors, scientists, even doctors as well, right? Because you guys can be maybe a specialist in a certain type of surgery that it's very rare. But more often than not, Aquarius is a fixed air sign. So you guys are very exceptional in just making different scientific developments as a whole. When it comes to Pisces rising sign, Pisces is very spiritual. It's the finalization. You guys know people very well and are the most adaptive sign by far. So Pisces rising, you guys can work with people in a counseling setting, therapy, psychiatrist, psychologist, all these things work very well for you guys. But even things like politics, believe it or not, Pisces rising people can be very persuasive because they know exactly what you want to hear. So you can weaponize yourself as a Pisces rising, but for sure, a lot of people have kind of badmouthed Pisces saying they're too emotional and blah, blah, blah. But if you have the emotional intelligence, you're going to make a lot of bank. All right, so that's the whole scope of it, guys. If you know your rising sign, you know the archetype of your rising sign, you're going to get the themes of what I went over. That should be the areas you should be focusing on. And then you can know what sort of job you should get into to make the most amount of money. Like I said, not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's meant to work a job. That's the thing. So you just got to see where you fit in. Look at your chart, analyze it, and then understand, okay, here's where I fit in. Here's how I can max this out. But no matter what sign you have, you definitely can get rich once you understand your settings fully. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you have any questions for me, just leave something in the comments. Or if it's an extended question, meaning you need a lot of detail, it's going to cost you, I'll be honest with you, send me 17 USD through PayPal or through crypto, and I'll help you out. Aside from that, guys, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.